Hello once again, students. In our last video, we got our idle animation up and running beautifully here. You'll see that I've added in another piece of functionality since we last talked. Moving left and right. No animation change yet. We'll get that up and going in this lesson here today. First of all, let's cover what I added since the last time that you were with me. I added in a private int for speed, which is going to determine how quickly Mario moves left and right. I initialized it in my constructor to a value of 3. A higher number would be faster. You can choose a value that you think is great for your own world. And then I added in this method called Mario Mover that's responsible for the controls of moving left and right. I want to leave this method alone after this construction. I want it to only have to be the only thing responsible for dealing with the movement left and right. Any other animation type things I'm going to create somewhere else. We call this modularity. Note I've added the Mario Mover method into my act method there. How does it work? If the A key is pressed, I move it left. How does it move left? It gets the X position and subtracts the speed value from it. D moves it right by adding the speed to my current X position, and thus Mario moves. Wonderful. Let's add in a method for Mario Animator. This is going to be the method that's responsible for changing the animation depending on which direction Mario is moving. To do this, I'm going to borrow some code, just to save some typing time. I'm going to check if I've had the A or D key pressed down, but this time I'm not moving Mario. This time, I'm changing his animation. The A key, he's going to be moving left. And the D key, he's going to be moving right. With this in place, let's see what happens. Nothing so far. I've made a typical error. Let's go back and take a look. I just created a new custom method, and I didn't add it into my act method. I even left a space for it there, but I didn't put it in the right spot. If you ever create something and nothing's happening, that's always the first spot to look. A nice reminder. Now let's take a look. When I press right, I see that my Mario is moving to the right and my program just crashed for some baffling reason. That was a very unusual crash. I think the game flow just glitched. Anyway, back to the lesson. You'll see when I push right, he's animating to the right, and when I do left, he animates to the left. There's a bit of a delay between the switching of animations. We can deal with at a later time. For now, it looks like it's working, but I don't really like the speed of the walking. It looks unnatural. So in my animator, I'm going to change something to change the speed of the animation. See if you can think of what I might change to do this. Pause it if you want to think it through. Welcome back if you paused. The skip rate. The skip rate for our idle was initially 50. Let's make the skip rate 5 for both going left and right. Now if I dive back over here and I press right, didn't update press X for some reason, you'll see that he moves a lot more quickly because I updated the animation speed. Cool. Now here's a problem though. When I let go, I don't go back to our idle animation. I'm left with whatever animation I last accessed. I want to go back to the idle. I need to add into my Mario animator another condition where Mario will be going back to the original idle animation. And in this case, here's what it's going to look like. If the A key is not down and the D key is not down. So if neither of the keys are pressed, that means I'm idling. So in this case, the animation will be idle. And I want to set my skip rate back to my initial value for idling of 50. Let's hope it compiles quicker this time. Let's see how this goes. When I start, the idle animation is slow. I press left, he gets walking. I press right, he gets walking. I stop, and he's back to idling. Wonderful. Now I have some basic animation swapping in place. In the next tutorial, we're going to add some refinement to this and move on to some other topics.